Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. You are in Mindful Movement with Chris. This happens every morning at 8 a.m. Wednesday, Eastern Time. And what we do is we work through your body to get rid of any aches and pains you may have, or more importantly, to prevent you from getting aches and pains as you're going through your daily activities, or if you're getting ready for a marathon, or if you're doing some crazy wild classes, or whatever you want to do. This class is to teach your muscles how to contract efficiently so that you don't find yourself compensating, which leads to injury. And today our focus is going to be on low back. So if you've ever experienced low back pain, or if you are currently experiencing low back pain, I want you to join me in these movements. Now, what I would like to tell you, if you are currently experiencing low back pain, let's do not work through the pain. Do what you can as we move through these movements. And while we move through these movements, just you can modify. And I'll show you at times how to modify if you are in pain. But if you're not in pain, these are going to wake up muscles that support your low back, front and back and sides. Our back needs protection from all sides, and our hips are our foundation. We don't often pay a lot of attention to that when we're thinking about our low back. So let's get going and let's focus on what causes low back pain and how to never have it. So we're going to start by getting on our hands and knees. So get into a quadruped position. And we're going to be on our hands and knees. I want you to be mindful. Remember, this is mindful movement of where you place your hands and your knees. So your hands are directly under your shoulders. Your knees are directly under your hips. So your knees are hip width apart. Your knee is straight at a 90 degree, straight down from this hip. My hands are right under my shoulders. And from here, we're just going to let our toes lay flat because we're going to be rounding our spine. And let's go into a little cat-cow, and then we're going to take it a little bit farther. I'm going to move up just a tad so you can see this. All right, so what we do in cat-cow is we concentrate on our neck going the same direction as our low back. So I want you to keep that in mind as we're talking about low back pain. If your neck is looking up and your low back is rounded, you are going to stress your low back. So when you're bending over to pick something up, when you're squatting down, be mindful, is your neck looking up like your low back is, or is it rounding over like your low back is? I hope that makes sense. But let's move them together right now. So we're going to start at the neck with this move. So I want you to bring your chin to your chest. You're going to roll your chin to your chest. Now, as you do, I want you to round your back to the ceiling and spread your shoulder blades apart and pull your navel into your spine and tuck that tailbone down facing the floor. So get that picture of your spine in a nice arch. I want your chin to your chest, drop it down in there, push your shoulder blades apart so the middle of your back can get right up there to the ceiling. Now pull your navel into your spine so your tailbone tucks down. So your neck is rounded and your low back is rounded. Now we're going to change that. So let's start at the head again. And I want you just to tilt your chin up. As you tilt your chin up, let your back relax. Tilt your chin up, tilt your chin up. Now squeeze your shoulder blades together. Push your chest towards the floor. Let your belly drop towards the floor. Yes, I said just let it drop. And tilt that tailbone up to the ceiling. So right now, our neck is arching and our low back is in that opposite arch. They're going the same direction. Let's get this ingrained in your head. Let's drop our chin to our chest. Relax your low back as you do this. Chin to the chest. Spread the shoulder blades apart. Spread them apart. Spread them apart. Tuck your tailbone down towards the floor. The best way to do that is to pull your navel into your spine. Pull your navel into your spine. Now, if you are experiencing low back pain or any back pain right now, just do this as far as it's comfortable. But right now, I want you to keep this roundness, and I want you to push your hips back towards your heels. So you're pushing your hands into the floor, you're pushing your hips back towards your heels, and you're staying in that rounded position. So we're going to get almost into a child's pose here. So go back into your child's pose, stay rounded. Now I want you to drop your elbows to the floor. I want you to relax your belly, tilt your chin up, and we're going to slide up through our hands like a mini cobra. So I want you to keep your chest as close as you can to the floor and slide up through your hands, and we come back up. Let's do that one more time. So this is really opening up the spaces between the vertebrae. You're bringing your chin to your chest. You're opening up your spine and your shoulder blades. You're rounding yourself back into child's pose, but you're going to stay in that rounded position. Stay in that rounded position. Now you get to relax that rounded position. Drop your elbows, lift your chin, drop your belly, send your chest up through your hands, come back up. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So we have just opened up all those vertebrae, and we've got the fluid going in the right place for all the discs. If you are just waking up and doing this, your spine is a little stiff when you wake up, and that's okay. So I'm going to show you a move that you can do. Let's go over on our backs. I'm going to show you a move that you can actually do when you're in bed before you even get up. So go down to your back. Go down. All right. And it's even okay if you have a little pillow, because you want your chin kind of coming towards your chest, because once again, like when we were on our hands and knees, your chin is going to be into your chest, okay? Now, I want you to bring your knee towards your hand. So I've got my right knee coming towards my chest, okay? And then I'm going to block it. Just go as far as you can comfortably go by bringing that right knee into your chest. And then you're going to block your hand with your knee, or block your knee with your hand. Now what I want you to do is I want you to push your knee into your hand and your hand into your knee. So you've got an isometric going there. You should feel a tilt of your sits bone, this bone you sit on, tilt right up underneath you. But remember, we're bringing our chin to our chest. We're looking at our knee. We're pulling our knee into our hand and our hand into our knee. Okay. Now we're going to do that same side, because I want you to see you've already started loosening things up. So you're going to bring your chin to your chest. Go ahead and bring that knee toward your chest. See if you can get any closer. I can. Okay. So let's push our knee into our hand and our hand into our knee. And you'll feel that tilt of that right side of that hip, just slightly tilting. And your left side should be staying in place. There's actually a junction there, and that's how we walk. That's how we move. So bring it down and just let it relax. If you want to stretch it out, you can go ahead and take it long. We're going to do it one more time on the same side. So take the right knee up towards your right chest. See if you can get any closer. Oh, yes. Okay, so push your knee into your hand into your knee, chin to your chest, because we're rounding that back. We're rounding the back into the floor. And then release. Good job. Let's do that on the other side. Now you might find this side's a little different. This side might be tighter, it might be looser, but we're going to see. So you bring your knee to your chest, stop where it wants to stop. You're going to place your hand in front of your knee, push your knee into your hand into your knee, and you keep looking down at your knees. And I want you to keep breathing. Don't hold your breath when you're doing an isometric. This is an isometric when you're pushing one force against the other using your body. And let's bring it down. All right. Bring it back up to your chest. See if you're getting any closer. See if it's gliding a little better. Bring your knee into your hand into your knee. All right. Bring it in. Bring it in. Push, 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 and breathe. Push and breathe. Sounds like we're having a baby, huh? Okay, take it down. Go ahead and extend it long. And let's bring it up one last time and see if you can get it any closer. All right, bring your knee into your hand into your knee. All right, push, push, push. Let that pelvic tuck underneath you and bring it in. Okay, let's do that with both knees. So when we do this, we're going to be bringing our knees up. So we're actually in a forward fold here, okay? So we're just bringing our bottom or the bottom half up to the top instead of the top down to the bottom. And I want you to take both knees and push them into your hands and let your low back round into the floor. Try to keep your gaze looking down towards your knees and feet so you can keep the neck going the same direction as the low back. All right, just release it. Go ahead and stretch it long. Let's get a little reach going. Stretch really long. Reach your arms up above your head. Reach your hands as far away from your feet as you can get them. Wake up this body. All right. Now, let's work on the rotation of the hips a little bit. Let's work on external rotation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my left foot and I'm going to place it on my right knee. And so oftentimes you'll see people just try to stretch this inner thigh by pushing this away. Well, that's not what we're doing. What we're trying to do is to increase the strength right here in this area. Your external rotators of your hip is back here. So when they shorten and contract and become strong and tighten, it allows this tightness on the inside of your leg to go away. Why is this tightness on the inside of your leg tight? Because it's your mechanism to protect you from going any farther because these aren't strong enough. Let's get these strong so this leg opens up. So here's how we're going to do it. I want you just to take your hand on the back side of your leg and I want you to think of pushing your leg open into your hand. Now, you can grab a towel or a strap and pull it between your legs and do that, or you don't have to have your hand there. You can just take your leg and you can push it out into that open direction. I want you to squeeze back here. You're rotating from back here in your glute and come back. So there's several ways to do this. If you want to reach back here and give something to press into your hand, push, 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 hold it, hold it, hold it, and release it. Or just mindfully push your knee away from your body, turn it open, push it open, hold it, hold it, hold it, and release it. Okay, just drop it open, see how that feels. Open and close. Let's do the other side. So be mindful on this side of how far you get it open when we start. So just get your starting point. Now, if you want to, bring your hand there and you're pushing the side of your leg into your hand. So push, push, push. But remember, we're shortening the muscles on the back side of the hip. We're tightening up those external rotators to get the inside of the leg to open up and let go. We're giving the adductors that run inside your leg, we're giving them a break. They don't have to always be tight and relax. If you have a chronic tight muscle, that is an indicator of a weakness somewhere in your body. That tight muscle is on overdrive. It's telling you, we are doing all the work. Please find us help. All right, let's open this leg out, open it out, open it out. Pushing your leg into your hand, or if your hand doesn't rest comfortably there, I want you just to open out the leg, turn it open, push it open, push it open, push it open, and relax it. Let's do that one more time. So take it where it can go. And here's what I want you to get the squeeze in the back side. Get the squeeze in the back side of the hip. Squeeze your glute. Move your leg away from your body. Move your knee away from your body. Move it, move it, move it. Make it work. Okay. So what we can also do is we can also let's take our left leg again and place it on our knee. Now open it out as far as you can, and if you want a little extra more power, you can bring your foot up off the floor. Now I don't want you going into like all the way up here where you're just stretching this backside. We don't need to stretch that backside. We need to make it work. So be mindful of this. You're going to push your knee away from your body. Then you're going to lift your foot up a little, as much as you can without feeling like you're losing it and going into a stretch. Nice job. Let's try that on the other side. Okay, so we're going to take our right foot and put it on top of our left leg. We're going to drop it open as far as we can. We're squeezing, squeezing, squeezing that backside. Now lift your foot up where you can go. This is the advanced move. Lift your foot up and push your knee away from your body as you lift your foot up. Don't lose that contraction, that tightening of the backside. And take it down. Nice job. Nice job. All right, let's go back to hands and knees. So we'll get back in our quadruped position. And we're going to work on our QLs. We're going to work on our, what I call our hip hangers, that spot right here between the bottom of your rib and the top of your hip. There's a muscle there called your quadratus lumborum, and it keeps your hips level. That's a very important muscle. So if your hips aren't hanging level, then your low back is going to be kind of jammed up and restricted. But we're just going to move into that. So what I want you to do, we're going to gain a little strength. I want you to take your left arm out away from your body. Take your right leg back, and you're going to hold your position here by pulling your navel into your spine. Pull your navel into your spine. Now reach your hand and foot as far away from each other as you can. You don't have to have a high lift, but I want you to get a long reach. Long reach. And then bring the hand down. Keep that long reach and lower the leg to the floor and curl your toes. Okay, we're going to get a little ankle action in here. If your ankles are restricted, you're also probably going to get jammed up in your low back. We've got to keep these ankles happy. So I just want you to gently rock back and forth into that ankle. Just move it back and forth. Oh, that feels really good. Move it back and forth. Get a little movement in that ankle. Okay, from here, I want you to lift that right foot. I want you to take it across your left leg and place that foot on the floor. Now let's take a peek over our left shoulder around to see if we can see that right foot. Can you see that right foot over on the right side? So what we're doing is we are increasing the strength of our QL, our quadratus lumborum, on the left side by making it short. And we're giving the right side a nice little stretch, some lengthening. And so from here, I'm rocking back and forth again onto that foot. Rock back and forth. Now bring it up. Bring your knee back. Let's round our back again and push ourselves back into child's pose. Push yourself back. Push yourself back. And then come up. And if you want to, just wring out your wrist if your wrists are bothering you. Let's go back into that. I'm going to turn myself around. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our right arm out, our left leg back, and you're in your bird dog, and you're nice and strong. You're pulling your navel into your spine. Your hips are level and they're facing. You're rolling that left hip down towards the floor. You're not letting it come up and be high. And you're reaching, 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 reaching long. Now from here, take that right hand down, keep the left leg up, curl your toes, place the left leg on the floor, and let's rock back through that ankle. Rock back through the ankle. Give it some nice love in the ankles. We'll get to the ankles in a minute because they play a big part and keeping your low back happy. So that's what we want. Happy back. All right, so let's lift this leg up again. Now you're going to take it across behind the right leg. And I want you to peek around that right shoulder, find that right foot, and then rock back in and out. So this time we're shortening the right side of our body, increasing the contraction and the strength in the right side of the body. And that allows the left side of the body to lengthen. Doesn't that feel great? This is one of my favorite moves. Okay, bring that up, bring it in, and let's round our back again. Go back into child's pose. From here, drop your elbows down to the floor, lift your chin, slide up, slide up, slide up, and come up. All right, so let's go back to our backs. And if you have a yoga block, grab it, or a pillow. If you don't, you can do this without. I should have warned you ahead of time. Sorry. We're going to put the yoga block between our knees, and we're going to round down to the floor. Round down to the floor. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, we're going to work on our gluteus maximus. We've worked on the external rotators of the hips. Now we're going to work on the back side of the hips, the glutes. So you've got this yoga block between your knees, and you're just keeping it there to guide your knees into the proper place. What I want you to do is I want you to squeeze your glutes together, squeeze those butt cheeks together, squeeze that rear end together, squeeze it really tight before we even lift it. We're going to contract it. Now, go ahead and lift the hips up off the floor. Lift them up. Now, you'll find the harder you squeeze, the higher you're going to be able to lift. So I want you to think of these hip pointers right here, keeping level and going straight up to the ceiling when you lift. And I want you to keep them level as you lower down. So let's go on a nice, slow lowering down. Keep squeezing, keep squeezing, keep squeezing. And then just let everything relax. So we're holding that squeeze on both sides of the movement. We're doing the eccentric and concentric control. So you're going to squeeze your glutes, squeeze your glutes. Lift your hips up to the ceiling. Keep squeezing, keep squeezing. We're waking everything up. We're teaching it how to contract on demand. So when you need all these muscles, they are going to be ready and firing for you. We're increasing their connection with your central nervous system. We're teaching them how to contract when they're supposed to contract. And relax. Let's do that one more time. So squeeze the glutes. Go ahead and lift the hips. And as you squeeze your knees together, if you have your yoga block, you're using the inside of your legs. You're using your adductor muscles. Very important. They need to be used when we're doing this. They need to take a break when we were doing that other move where we were using our external rotators. And let's lower this down, lower it down, lower it down, lower it down. Good job. All right. So from here, let's work on a little ankle mobility. This is another one you can do before you even get out of bed. And I encourage you to roll your ankles around in some form or another before you hit the ground and stand up to walk. So what I want to do is just bring your knee up towards your chest. We've got that really nice right now. And I want you to just put your hands on either side of the knee. I want there to be able to be rotation up here in this upper part of the leg. So I don't want you to restrict that. So you got guardrails right here. And from here, I just want you to bring the top of your foot towards your shin. Don't think about the toes. Let them go along for the ride. We're working on this ankle joint right here. So the top of the foot comes towards the shin. The heel pushes away from your body. Now, when we point, I want you to think of the back of the heel coming to your calf. So point, but just think of where the heel's going, okay? Think of where the heel's going. Once again, let the toes go along for the ride. So let's flex. Let's bring the top of the foot back to the shin. Toes are the last ones to arrive to the party, okay? And then bring that heel towards your calf and let the toes follow. Let them follow. All right, let's do a few circles. And this is where I want you to be more at the top of your thigh here. And let these two bones, so these two bones that are come to the inside of your ankle, inside and outside of your ankle, they have to be able to move a little. And they move from the knee down. So let's reverse that circle and let's get all these joints moving throughout our ankle. Good job. So go ahead and take that down. Let's bring the other knee up. Once again, we've got just little guardrails on the side of the knee. Let's bring our shin to our top of our foot to our shin, and then the back of our heel to our calf. Top of your foot to your shin, back of your heel to your calf. Let's do that one more time. This is dorsiflexion, and as you point, this is plantar flexion. All right, now let's circle. Circle, circle, circle. And you might get some cracks and pops. Your ankles might have sound effects. That's okay. Reverse your circle. And bring it down. All right. We've got one more move to strengthen the low back. We've got two actually. We got this one is going to be on our backs, and we're going to work on the abdominal muscles on the front side of this lower abdominal. And what these muscles do is they bring the pubic bone forward. So they're tilting it up. So you don't have this keeps you from having what some people refer to as a sway back. All right. So we're going to work on strengthening the front side of the body to keep the back side happy. So what I want you to do is I want you to place place both your fingertips right here. Start at your belly button. Take your fingertips down toward your pubic bone. And you'll find this little ridge on your pubic bone right here. From here, let's get into position. I want you to tilt your chin to your chest. If you have your yoga block, you can put it between your knees. And I want you to tilt your chin to your chest. And I want you to pull your abdominals, pull your navel into your spine, and feel a gentle movement right there at your fingertips of that pelvic bone moving toward your fingers, toward your nose. I want you to hold this position. Hold it, hold it, hold it, and then release. It's a very subtle move. I don't want to see you lifting your hips up or anything like that. It's just a little glide, but you've got muscles, your transverse abdominis muscles that attach through here that are going to bring that into place. So I just want you to keep your fingers here at the edge of your pubic bone so you can feel that real subtle movement. I want you to bring your chin towards your chest so you're gazing at your knees, and pull your navel into your spine. Pull it into your spine. It's just a subtle tilt. More importantly, if you just feel your spine rounding to the floor, you've got this. You've got this. Just pull your navel into your spine. Pull it in tight. And release and relax the arms. Relax the hands. Let's do that one more time. Bring your gaze down to your knees. Chins to your chest. Pull your navel into your spine and let that pubic bone gently round up toward your fingertips. Good job, good job. Pull it in, pull it in. Don't hold your breath. And release. All right, so we've got that gentle movement in there. And that creates a slot for your spine to sit nice and evenly down in between your hips on the back side. So let's go to one of my favorite moves for strengthening yourself to keep yourself out of low back pain. We're going into a plank. So roll over onto your stomach. So we're going to go on our stomachs. And from here, I want you to place your elbows right under your shoulders. Place your elbows right under your shoulders. Good job. Now, there's several modifications you can do for this plank. We're not gonna do a high plank today. We're doing these from the elbows. It's a little more effective, but we're gonna think about all kinds of muscles as we do this. So you can do this with your knees bent, or you can do it from your toes. I'm gonna do it I'll show you from your knees bent. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift our hips up off the floor just a little bit, and you're on your knees, right? If you want to go on your toes, you take it up to here. So I do not want to see your hips up in the air like this. They are lower than your shoulders and higher than your feet. Now from here, I want you to think what's going on in the shoulders. I want you to pull your shoulder blades down into your back pockets. Pull your shoulder blades down into your back pockets. Squeeze those shoulder blades back and together. You're not sinking down into them. I want you to tighten up your thighs if you've got straight legs. Tighten up your thighs. Squeeze your glutes. We've already learned how to do that. Squeeze your glutes here. Hold your navel into your spine. This is everything that's happening when you're in a plank. So hold this position. Let everything squeeze and hold it just till you start shaking, okay? Hold it, hold it, hold it, and then take it down. All right, let's go to a seated position. So when you're in a plank, I want you to think of the whole body is actually working to create that. So let's go back to a seated position. And here we are. So what I want you to do now is I want you just to circle around from your hips. So let's do a circle. Let's do a circle. Circle around from the hips. And let's circle the other way. Circle it around. Circle it around. Circle it around. Right. And from here, let's take a nice breath in. And when you do, I want you to feel your rib cage move. So bring the arms up in the air. Take a big breath in. And blow it out. Feel the ribs come back together. And if you really want to feel this, let's put our hands on our rib cage. So close your eyes and just take a big breath in. Feel your ribs expand. Feel your fingertips come apart. And as you exhale, feel your fingertips go back together. Feel them go back together. Nice job. All right, these are all moves that can keep a happy back, happy low back. Concentrate on them. Planks daily are wonderful. Those movements I showed you before you even get out of your bed are going to be very helpful. Keep your ankles moving. Keep your body strong and keep your back happy. Thanks for joining us this morning. Hey, Aisha. We started early because Tina had to start early for some reason.
What about me, Chris?
Oh, I didn't see you there. I could just see Aisha. She was on the big screen. And I gotta tell you, I'm far away from this. I'm doing this from my iPad, so I can't see both of you, but I hope you got in on time. I don't know if she told you we were starting early, so.
She texted me.
Okay.
No, she didn't, but it's okay.
Okay. Well, how do you feel?
Good. Tired. I want to go back to sleep now, but I can't. I feel relaxed actually.
It should, after these classes, you should kind of feel like you've had a massage, I hope. So have a great day, both you beautiful ladies.
Bye.
Bye.
You too. Thank you.